I had just arrived in the city of Tucker, Georgia, along CSX's SG Main on the Atlanta Terminal subdivision. Local train A710 was in the process of running around their train at South End Tucker, preparing to work on the Brill spur track. I had mainly set out for this train here, A717, having a non-flared, original CSX SD70 Mac on the point. A717 is a turn job originating out of Howell Yard in Atlanta, running to Palmer Yard in Decula. The engine consist had come off of train Q610 earlier this morning.
Equipment defect detector, milepost 564.0. No defects. No defects. Total axle 212. End of transmission.
A710 needed some switching room at South End Tucker onto the single main, but they had one more train to wait on. Catching me off guard, train K442 heads south just after departing Lawrenceville, with CSX SD40-3 4067 at the lead, followed by two Canadian Pacific engines trailing behind it. This train is en route back to the CP in Bensonville, Illinois. The AD dispatcher then gives A710 a signal at South End Tucker for them to make their moves with no mainline trains close by anytime soon.
The gates are down, lights are flashing. Keep coming about 7. Right down and gave us a signal, so let me get that switch and we'll show by.
They clear the crossing in time for an incoming DeKalb County Fire and Rescue unit to cross, responding to an emergency call. The conductor ties a handbrake on the last car, and then pulls ahead of the spur track switch. or in this case, backs up since the engine is in the long hood forward position.
Do one more.
He then throws the switch and gets the engineer to push ahead to grab the 3 empty covered hoppers that were in the way.
All right, Dick, go ahead and ease down to 2. All right, give me half a car. I need 20 feet. Give me 15 feet. 10 feet. 7. Bump it up 5. 3. Good. Excellent, couple. Give me 3 steps.
They then come back out onto the siding track after successfully coupling to the 3 empties and untying the handbrakes.
One more. Way back here.
The conductor lines the spur track switch back to the siding track and gets in position to push the train back to the tied down center beam car.
Effect 6532, that switch is lined for your move. I'm on the ground and clear. Oh, come ahead, 5 short cars. We'll take a little couple of things. Go ahead, 5 short cars. Alright, you got them rolling. They had about 3 more. We get up to I need 2 more. Here, car and a half. I need 1 car, half a car. Give me 20 feet. Give me 15 feet. I need 10 feet. 7, 5, 3, and good. That's a solid couple. Give me 3 steps. 3 steps. 6532.
The first 3 cars from the engine are for the CSM Bakery Supply Company. They will need to push the train back with enough room to clear the switch before uncoupling from the unneeded cars. You'll notice the signal that the AD dispatcher gave them is put to use as they progress onto the single main. After tying down and separating from the train, they get ahead of the switch, throws it to the spur track, and progress towards the CSM bakery. Within a short time frame, they come back out onto the siding track to hook back up to their train.
Car and a half. Give me 1 more. Half a car. 20 feet. 15, 10, 7, 6, 5. Bump it up about 3 feet. 2 and good.
They would proceed northbound once they finished up. I, however, left Tucker and headed to the other side of town to the city of Smyrna in hopes to catch K442 again. At 16:20, CSX train Q241 approaches milepost OWNA 15.0 with CW40-8 7809 at the lead. Peeping out the door is my friend, conductor David Weathers, as he takes the train into Atlanta. Q241 is a loaded autorack train out of Louisville, Kentucky, running to Baldwin, Florida. Meeting up with my friend John Chapman, I then hopped over to Kennesaw as train Q541 muscles south with SD70 Mac 4814 at the lead. to the White Circle grade crossing, as train Q211 follows right behind Q541 in the last patches of daylight. John and I followed Q211 south, as K442 was on the move northbound out of Atlanta. They would wait at the OWNA 15.9 signal for K442 to clear the single main and for a route into Tilford. With daylight fading, we arrived in Smyrna, just as K442 was arriving as well, and in Notch 8. We moved from quiet zone to quiet zone, hopping over to Ackworth, Georgia to catch K442 again. day then got dead for a while as we stepped aside for dinner at Rico's Mexican restaurant. After having a delightful meal, we had just walked out the door as the Atlanta to Cartersville turn job A760 heads north past CP South End Ackworth. There were a few more southbound trains in the mix, so we moved one last time back to Kennesaw. With it now dark outside, John and I used our video light magic lighting up the tracks. At 2124, loaded grain train G305 was first, heading for Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Following behind at 2151, rounding out the night, was loaded company coal train T800, running out of Corbin, Kentucky, heading for Yulee, Florida for the Fernandina Beach power plant. Company coal trains aren't too common to see on the WNA, especially ones bound for Yulee. It was a great way to end our day trackside. is going to round out my day covering the SG and OWNA main lines. Give this video a like if you enjoyed today's content by hitting that thumbs up button. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and make sure that notification bell is turned on. See y'all next time from Kennesaw, Georgia at milepost OWNA 28.6 along the CSX WNA subdivision.